The Last Jedi. Probably one of the most controversial Star Wars movies. It's been almost a year since this movie came out. No, half a year since this movie came out. And it is still being talked about. Every day I see videos being uploaded how it's the worst movie ever made or the best. And today I'm deciding I'm going to try and put an end to it. I'm going to say how The Last Jedi controversy needs to stop. Now, this is going to be a 3-part series. And we're going to start this off with probably the most controversial part of the movie for people, and that is Luke Skywalker. Now, before we start the video, I want to claim that I did like The Last Jedi. It was a flawed movie with a lot of stuff I did not like, but it was really good in the end. I gave it a 7 out of 10. That is my official score, and I do think that it will stay like that. I do think that I had fun with this movie all the way through, despite a lot of flaws that really bugged me. But we're gonna get into this with Luke Skywalker. Now, we're gonna start this off by saying the Luke stuff didn't bother me. Like, he still seemed like his old whiny, angsty self like he did in the original trilogy, and I think that worked pretty well. But we're gonna talk about the lightsaber being thrown off the edge. Now, a lot of people said this before, but if Luke just trained Rey off the bat and he didn't really want to not train her, it would have felt rushed and kind of not needed for the story. I felt like Luke needed to rebel against Rey, not wanting to train her. Because let's think about it. He failed to train Kylo and bring him back. There's a reason why he doesn't want to train her. You could argue, well, he wants to redeem himself. He wants to, he doesn't know who Rey is. He doesn't know where he comes from. He starts to let go a bit, and he starts to want to train her after he learns who she is in the tree library. But when he throws that lightsaber off the edge, he doesn't know. I mean, I think it was done perfectly. I mean, not perfectly, but I do think that he did do it well. And then I saw this one video where, I'm not going to say who because I do like their channel. I don't want to say who it was. But they did say, well, after Yoda said, well, basically the Jedi have to end. Luke doesn't talk to Rey for the rest of the movie. And then he comes back and goes, oh, it won't be the Last Jedi. First of all, 3 things I want to say. Maybe 2, maybe 3, I don't know. Yoda didn't want the Jedi to end. He said that they need to start something new along with the Jedi. He said he needed to look past the Jedi's flawed ways and learn from the good, which is basically the message of this whole movie. The whole point of basically movies in general, in my opinion, is don't look at the bad, look at the good. Ignore the bad and reflect on the problems with the movie and learn how you could learn from their mistakes, and also enjoy the good stuff. Don't hate on the movie to hate on it. Like it like the stuff that you liked. This is a movie about letting out the dark and always letting the light flow through us. And we ignore one of the biggest morals of the originals, which people claim that they ruined. Well, you don't listen to the original's morals, so I mean, you're basically contradicting yourself. And that brings us to number 2, how he doesn't contact Rey. Well, first of all, he had no reason, he wasn't able to contact her. Luke had no way to contact her. He was exiled on that island. That ship was marooned in the water, which we were showed in the movie. I hate how we're showed these things, but the people just ignore I hate how people just ignore the stuff that is shown right in front of us. It's annoying and it's frustrating because people hate on this movie just to hate on it because they missed the originals. Now, that was only 2 things. Okay, there weren't 3 things. I was right before, there were only 2 things. Now let's talk about the finale. Now, I saw a bunch of videos, especially one channel was like, oh, well, I know a way to fix the finale. Have Luke actually be there. Have him flip around, fight 80-80s, bring him down with force pulls, and then he'll die by Kylo. But that sounds like one of the worst things I've ever heard. I Hate Everything, I'm going to name him because he actually, I Hate Everything actually put this really, really well. He said we got to see Luke do the things we already wanted him to do in the originals. And I want to add on to that because his Last Jedi video was actually pretty good. Luke doesn't play the fighter and the fighter guy in The Last Jedi. He plays the I don't want to say teacher. He plays the mentor. He plays the person who watches. He's the one who learns from the mistakes. He's the failure, but the failure, I guess. He doesn't play the fighter. He doesn't play the reason he went there was because he wanted to help everyone. He didn't want to fight. He wanted to inspire. He wanted people to learn from his mistakes that he failed from. For example, the broom boy at the end, Tamiri Blag, that's a funny name. But I mean, we already know that his legacy has already lived on. People are already knowing about his sacrifice at Crate. And his death is probably one of the most moving deaths next to Yoda's, maybe. I mean, even Darth Vader's. His death with the twin sons there, that was gorgeous and beautiful. If he had just died by Kylo Ren's hand, it would have meant nothing. It would have just been so, like, for no reason. Obi-Wan's death by Darth Vader's hand meant he wanted to learn from Luke even after he was gone. He wanted to be there to teach Luke. Luke just dying from Kylo Ren wouldn't have surfaced for the story. I mean, his legacy would have lived on, yeah, but I feel like his death just showing how he cared about the past, because I'm pretty sure that Octo doesn't have twin sons. I'm sure he was imagining like those were the good old days, where he probably has already moved past those. I think that Luke Skywalker is probably one of the best parts of The Last Jedi. I hate to break it to you guys, but he is. Now, I want to talk about the Luke trying to kill Kylo flashback. Now, I'm split on this one. I do think that the fleeting glimpse was kind of stupid because he did try to kill him. He did activate that lightsaber. I just think that was my least favorite part about Luke in the movie. I do think it was disappointing, but I don't think it really weighed the character down. I do think it was messed up how he tried to believe in this horrible father of his who slaughtered hundreds. But he's like, there's good in him. And then Kylo Ren, who's like maybe a little emo, he goes, no, let's go kill him in his sleep. But I mean, Luke probably didn't think there was good in Vader until Yoda's death. He probably thought he had to turn him, because I don't think he really wanted to do that then on. They don't say it. I don't think they ever said it, but I have a feeling that after Yoda's death, he realized that he needed to bring his father back. And I think that was probably good, because for a long time, he did believe that Vader was this horrible person, and I do think that was put well. So he didn't really believe that Vader was good for that long. He didn't really hold on for that feeling for that long, maybe like a couple days. But, you know, and Kylo Ren killing his own nephew is really, you know, is really messed up. But he did go through a lot. Luke went through a lot. I mean, the fact that he thought there was going to be another Vader, that there was going to be another Empire, probably, like, scared him. Like, he was probably like, what would happen to Leia? What would happen to Han? What would happen to my friends and family and everyone that I love? What would happen to the galaxy? I mean, the Empire ruined everything. It tore the galaxy apart. The fact that Luke sensed Kylo doing something like that probably scared him, and probably the fact that he thought he was going to kill him was probably, like, not the best choice, but maybe, maybe he's like, what should I do? Should I kill him? Like, he was watching him. He's probably like, should I kill him? He activates the lightsaber, and he's like, no, I can't. I can't do this. Like, then the fact that Kylo woke up seeing him, was probably not, you know. But I do think it was well. But I think that's all I have to talk about Luke Skywalker for this movie. But there's one more thing I want to say before the video closes. If you do not like The Last Jedi, if you think it's just a bad movie you didn't personally like, that's fine. I'm not saying that. If you did not like the movie, I am perfectly fine with that. I'm sure in like a couple years when episode 9 comes out, I'll be like, I did not like that movie. I'll be like, you know what? That's okay. I'm going to be okay that the movie was bad. But that doesn't mean that you could be mean about it. Sending death threats to the actress of Rose on Twitter and, like, basically humiliating her is way too far. Just saying how she was, I personally think Rose wasn't the best character in The Last Jedi, but I'm not sending her humiliating, like, slurs on Twitter because she just wasn't good. I mean, seriously, what is wrong with people? Mark Hamill and John Boyega had to intervene. Like, what is wrong? She deleted her Twitter account because people were basically bullying her. Like, that goes too far. This is why I'm making these videos. But other than that, that is it, guys. I want to say thank you for watching the whole way through. If you disagree with me and you think that Luke wasn't handled well in this movie, that's great. I'm proud that you don't see the way I do. But please be nice about it. I don't want anyone to be mad at anyone. I personally think the Star Wars community is a mess right now. I think that we all need to basically learn that this is just a movie franchise. It may have nostalgia in the back of it, behind everything, but we need to learn that we need to grow up. I mean, seriously. But that's it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed this and are excited for parts 2 and 3, you could subscribe. You could click that cute little bell. Fun fact, when you click the subscribe button, it turns white, so you may want to try that out. But you can click the bell, you could like this video, comment what you thought about this video. Once again, just be nice about it. And that is it. I will see you guys